In today's video, I'm going to be showing you Quotient Rule Made Easy. I'm going to break down the Quotient Rule in as simple of terms as possible and show you how to use the Quotient Rule formula and also how you can remember the Quotient Rule formula so you can do this on your own on a test or something. That's really what this is all about, right? Well, if you want to boost your calculus scores and keep doing well throughout the rest of the term, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell icon so you're notified of my new videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the example, and by the end of this, hopefully you'll be feeling a lot better about the Quotient Rule. We're going to differentiate h of t equals 2t over 4 plus t squared. So I did go obviously into quite a bit of detail in the last example. I'm going to go through this one a little bit quicker. I will go ahead and just jot down the formula, or at least the kind of shortcut formula that I like to use. So remember how you can remember it: the derivative of x or t. In this case, we're taking the derivative with respect to t of the high part of our fraction over the low part of our fraction. Obviously, I've shortened it to 2 letters, but think of it like high and low, is low d high, so low d high, minus high d low, all over low squared. Low d high minus high d low, all over low squared. So again, next thing we want to do is write out, first of all, the high and the low. So the high is always just the top of your fraction. We know we have just one big fraction here that we're taking the derivative of, so clearly quotient rule is going to be applicable. The high is just going to be the top of your fraction, so 2t. The low is just the bottom of your fraction, 4 plus t squared. Okay, then you want to find the derivative of the high, the derivative of the low. D high and D low just mean derivative high, derivative low. So D high, the derivative of 2t with respect to t, is going to be just 2. The derivative of 4 plus t squared can be done using the power rule. So the derivative of a constant is 0, but the derivative of t squared, you would bring the t down in front, keep your t as your base, and then lower the power by 1, or subtract 1 from the power. 2 minus 1 is 1, so 2t to the 1 is just 2t. Okay, then we can use this formula. Low d high, so low. And again, make sure you want to put parentheses around these. You don't want to forget that, because when you start plugging this into the formula, if you don't have your parentheses properly applied and you don't distribute terms, across these different terms, you're going to end up with the wrong derivative. So low d high gives us 4 plus t squared in parentheses times d high times 2 minus high d low, so minus 2t times 2t, all over low squared, so all over 4 plus t squared squared. Okay, so this is h prime of t now, because we started with h of t. Okay, so now we can go ahead and simplify this. So the 2 is going to distribute into the parentheses there, giving us 8. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2t squared. 2t times 2t is going to give us minus 4t squared. And then that's going to be all over. Remember, when you have something in parentheses like this, all squared, you do not just square each of these terms. You have to be very careful about that. Squared like this, when you have things being added or subtracted, does not just distribute into the parentheses like that. We need to instead write it as 4 plus t squared, 4 plus t squared. And then what we're going to have to do is FOIL this out. So then we're going to have the first times the first, the outer terms multiplied, the inner terms multiplied, and then the last terms multiplied. So then we can simplify this. First of all, 2t squared minus 4t squared, that's just going to simplify to negative 2t squared. And then we have a plus 8. And then on the bottom, we're going to get 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times t squared is 4t squared. T squared times 4 is another 4t squared. And then t squared times t squared gives us t to the 4th. Then we could simplify this a bit further by combining these t squared terms here on the denominator. So we're going to get minus 2t squared plus 8 on the numerator. And on the denominator, t to the 4th plus 8t squared plus 16. And that's going to be h prime of t. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you got some value out of this video and you're feeling better about the quotient rule, please be sure to hit that like button down below and that subscribe button too while you're down there with that bell icon so you're notified of all my new videos and when I go live each week. I typically do a live stream every Monday night at 5 o'clock Pacific, so hopefully I'll see you there and see you around for the next video. Thanks and see you next time.